So here in this video, we're going to have a look at Sora, which is the text-to-video model developed by OpenAI. So this model is going to generate a short video clip based on your prompts, and you can become quite elaborate with those different prompts. So we're going to jump into the from ChatGPT, where it's available in the ChatGPT Plus and the ChatGPT Pro users. So it's been available since December 2024, so it's relatively new. So when you want to jump to Sora, you're going to see up at the top left here, we can click on that and it's going to open up a new tab in your browser where we'll see, first of all, the videos that we've created. We're going to jump into the featured videos. And what's really interesting here is not just the videos that have been created, which can be weird and wonderful, but also quite realistic as well in the way the light works and the movement works and that kind of thing. But what's really interesting is if we jump in and start to have a look at some of the prompts that people have used to make these videos. And I'd recommend kind of exploring these before you actually go in and write your own prompts. So you can see some of these are quite short, just a sentence or two. But if we jump in here, so we'll scroll down and we'll find one with a little bit of a longer description. So you can see here this short video. If we click on the prompt, you can see what's been written here. So quite a lot of detail to create this video. And we can do a couple of different things here. So we can click here and actually generate out, if we have the package, a new version of this video from the prompt. So you can see at the moment, the package I have, I can go up to 720p, which is the kind of smallest version of HD that you can get. I can change the video aspect ratio, and I've also got some other options for changing the preset or the look and feel of that video. Also got some options for the duration of the video. So at the moment with my package, I can create a 5-second video, but you can see you can go and create some different length videos from 5 to 20 seconds. And then also we can create different numbers of versions of this video. So when we run this prompt, you'll see a different number of versions popping up. So if we just rerun this prompt, what you'll see up at the top right is that we'll get the activity pop up. At the moment, it's queuing that video, preparing it, and it will create our own version of this video with the same prompt that was used by this other user as well. So once my own burden of power video is created, we can click on it and you can see it's going to give me a few different options here. So it's offering me the option to choose from a couple of these videos to help improve Sora. So to pick the best 1 or 2 videos that I think from this set, I can click got it, and then I can choose what I think are the best ones. So you can see we've got something similar to the video before, a little bit different, and we'll select this one. And I think this one on the right also looks good. So now you can see we've got that same prompt, different videos being created, and we can keep those selected videos. So those are now my videos to use. If I click on one of them here, I can go up to the top right and I've got some sharing options here. I can download a version of that video. It does have a watermark at the bottom right, this little Sora animation. And then I've got some other options for adding it to a folder, reporting it, archiving it. So if there's any issues with the video you're creating, you can do that too. I can also star it and give it a thumbs down or a heart if I like it. And so here we're doing some basic prompts just to help to train the system as we work with this application. So if we come back here, you can see under my favorites here, I've developed a few different videos. I want to show just some of the strange things that can happen here. So I wanted to create a live painting from a prompt, and I was reading through some of the different prompts that were made on the featured videos. And so they'd use this statement, live painting of something. And that had actually, for them, created a live painting where the person in the painting was moving. But here it created a video of the person painting a painting rather than the painting itself being live. So I worked through the prompts. I had this statement about creating a live painting from this character Moliere playing the role of Caesar in the death of Pompey, and also kind of generated some other information about that just to give this background for Sora to generate my short video from. So it took a little while and a few different prompts, some adaptations to actually get some interesting things happening in that video. So you can see here, I wanted to have a little bit of movement in the head. The first video was kind of very static and didn't really move around a lot. So to get that to do that, I had to get a bit more in depth with my prompt. So I started to work on that and talk about how the camera would focus in on a specific part of the body, so the head and shoulders, and then also adding in this note about the head moving, and gradually just running this a few different times, making slight adjustments till I ended up with something that I liked. So this nice kind of pan of the camera, very slow, and then that movement of the head up. So a little bit of time spent trying to work with and generate the video. But again, through these kind of more complex prompts. I then wanted to create a kind of desert scene of some motorcycles. And however many times I asked Sora not to include helmets, it wouldn't do that. So there's some strange things happening here. The snake's moving a little bit strangely. In this video, the bikes are moving pretty nicely and the sound is pretty realistic. In a couple of the other ones that I made, there's a couple of moments where the bikes look like they're moving through one another. So you can see as this loops, the bike in the very background here kind of moves through the other bike. So it's not quite working as perfectly. So you can see you've got to work with and develop and generate different versions of these videos. And again, just couldn't get rid of the helmets, but the bikes kept moving through one another. So some of these versions worked, and I'm sure with some different kind of prompts and working through some different versions, we get some good versions of this video. And again, with these videos, we're writing a relatively long prompt. So we're starting to put more and more detail into that video. So as a quick overview of Sora, we can obviously create these portrait videos, which would be great for social media, for your phone, or we can have it in a 16:9, so landscape widescreen format that you could use for editing into a video. I've done a few of these. I've got some other examples here as well, where I've created things with shorter prompts and it's come out pretty well from the get-go. So just these short pans of a studio with a laptop that I've been using for a kind of background to an intro video. So you can see these are actually looking pretty nice. Nice, simple, nice, clean animation, and where I've used them in the background of a video, it's worked pretty well. So you can see some different versions there, different movements of the camera, and it's doing a pretty reasonable job of creating these images. The reflections are nice, the shadows are nice, and for a short 5-second video, this is working really well. And this is just from a very short prompt. So the prompt for this is I want to make a pan of a laptop on a desk in a New York studio. And it's created a couple of good different versions for that. And then I've been able to download it and use it in a couple of videos online. So this is Sora. Again, some real nice features of this, some limitations on the number of videos you can create. If you're using the paid for version of ChatGPT, you get, I think, 1,000 credits with your Plus plan. And what I would recommend is that when you're using those and experimenting as you're starting out, that you drop your resolution down to this 480p version so that you use the least credits. So as you're experimenting, work with the shortest video and work with 480p, which will burn up the least of your credits as you're starting out working with and generating these videos. There are obviously other video generation apps out there, and they're creating some really nice, realistic looking videos, but also some very strange abstract videos that are very much out of this world. So some different things being created. So we've got Avocado playing a ukulele. Who wouldn't want that video? But again, experiment with, play with these video tools, and I would love to see your experiments, but also know what you think about these new AI tools that are coming out for working with and creating video content.